Alright, so I just bought this thing. I should not have bought it. I drove pretty far to go get it, and it didn't really save a ton of money. But when I got home and I plugged it in, I had this screen, and all it said was Sovol, and it wouldn't do anything. And I thought, what the hell? So I contacted the guy I got it from on OfferUp, because he told me he had it running Clipper with the Sonic pad. And so then I thought, well, you know what? It's probably set up for that. So he said it has no firmware on it. So I went to the website, and then I went over here, and that's the noise it makes when it hits the top. I downloaded this bin file here, and I just literally put it on the SD card that he included with it. Put it in there, turned on the printer, and after a couple minutes the screen came on. So right now I'm just doing the leveling, but I was about to freak out because I thought that I had bought a bad printer, and the jury's still not out on that yet. I thought the guy was having me go meet him at his house, and I didn't check the address, and when I got there it was actually a Circle K gas station. So these are what are they? They're $3.69 on Amazon with an $80 coupon, and I bought this for $180, and he was going to sell, I guess, this and the Sonic pad for $220 or something like that. He had that on it. I guess he bought a Bamboo Lab printer, and that's why he's selling this. Hopefully that's the case. So anyway, I think I spent $30 in gas, maybe, and I'm not out of gas, so that's all I had to put in the tank of the little car when I went to go get it. If I'd have taken the truck, it definitely would have been like $80, $60. So let's just say it cost me $40. And if this is a used printer and it didn't come with any extras, but I did get the original box, and I think I have everything. The only thing I don't have is like some kind of card reader, which I think they usually come with. But I do have the SD card, the instructions. Somewhere is the manual, and I ended up getting the bag of tools and stuff. So that's cool. So we just need to find out now if it works without problems. It's telling me that the Z is negative 2.02, which sounds normal to me. I don't know if I can just like get in with a piece of paper and check it, or what I'm supposed to do. And I guess probably next thing is probably push auto level. So this is kind of, this one's definitely different for me because it's not an Ender, and it's not a Creality clone. It's a clone of a Prusa. So let's see what they said here. They said it'll go all the way to the top and send and descend again. It says after the machine stops, adjust the offset value of the Z-axis in order to adjust the distance between the nozzle and the hotbed. Okay, so I do need to adjust it. So that let's see, our instructions don't fit in there, so I'm gonna get a little piece of paper and see. I like this notebook that my kid draws in, and we'll see. There's also filament hanging out of here from whatever the guy had in there, because I've preheated everything. So I'm going to say we need to go up. I don't know how much. But the bed is definitely warm. Okay. Let's see here. Well, it's definitely. Am I going the wrong direction? Negative or positive? Okay, so I paused the video to mess with it for a minute. It would have been just literally dug into the bed if I would have tried to run it where it was at. because we're at negative 0.82, and it was at like negative 2 point something. I mean, it was like I had to push this thing forever. I'm going to err on the side of the loose because I don't know if the corners could be up high or whatever. So now it tells me, after you do that, remember to click save after finishing adjusting the Z offset values. That's probably the number one problem that happens. Because I've heard of this happening on lots of printers, and even the Ender, the SE, if you didn't click save, it wouldn't save it. So, okay, so now click save. It says about 0.2 millimeters thickness of paper. When you drag the paper between the nozzle and the hotbed, if the nozzle can scratch on the paper slightly, that means the distance between the nozzle and the hotbed is suitable. So, okay, what does it say? Click auto leveling after finishing adjustment, and the machine will start 25-point detection. Okay. This is our temperatures. Looks like a donut on here. What the hell is this? Oh, I'm looking at it funny. It's a little spaceman. It's sitting on a round thing. It looked like a donut. So the spaceman is going to go on the different points of the board. How many positions? 25 point? That's quite a bit for this. So once we get that done, the leveling data will be automatically applied in the following printings per time. Some weird Chinese Chinglish. The leveling data will be automatically applied in the following printings per time. I think what they mean is it'll be applied to all the prints next time. Anyway, I think that you also have to click save again after that one. So yeah, after clicking auto leveling, the nozzle will rise to 120 degrees Celsius and the bed will rise to 60. Please wait patiently and avoid scalding. Scalding or scolding? I've been scolded by my printer. Remember to click save setting after detecting. Okay, so when this thing gets done, then we just click save. And then, let's see, they got, apparently this has got the 300 Celsius setup. We are using a bimetal throat, so setting the retraction distance too high may cause clogging. In our test, the retraction distance of 0.5 millimeter was most suitable. The following are the retraction parameters in Sovol, Cura, and Prusa slicer. The bimetal hot throat, and it shows, I guess, your settings. So let's see what those are. Whatever they say. When printing ABS or other high temperature filament, we suggest printing in the enclosure to avoid mode cracking. Did these come with an enclosure? The enclosure? Where's my enclosure? No, they don't come with an enclosure. And I highly doubt this one's going to fit in my enclosure either, because I think it looks bigger than the other printer that fits in there but moves too far to the back. Okay, so how are we supposed to save that when it didn't give me an option to save? And it just shows the save under the Z line. Okay. I'll just push it again, I guess, and see what it does. Okay. Now these, I believe, have the inductive probe, which I don't know if that is honestly better or worse. Okay, so I think we'll just touch it again and see what it does. If it does the exact same thing. I'm just trying to get familiar with this printer so that way I know the ins and outs of it. So I think we're good there, and then all I have to do is go into the laptop and slice up a file for it. And I would probably need to pull that bin file off of the SD card. I've also have another SD card. I've had two of them that every once in a while they just suddenly become corrupt. and I'm not really sure what the reason is for that. So, no, this thing doesn't have Wi-Fi or anything like that. So, okay, so we should be able to pull the SD card out of here, and we should be able to come into the laptop here, and we'll find something silly to print. What should we print? Okay, so it is attempting to print. Doesn't look good, but it's attempting to print. We put a skirt really close around the object that I'm printing, which makes no sense. So I'm wondering if maybe the Kira profile has something enabled that I don't know about. I don't understand what's up with these printing profiles for PETG, where they specify something ridiculous like 195 degrees. So I just pulled that and screwed this whole thing up, so we have to go ahead and stop this. Yes. So I probably should clean the build plate too, because I don't know what the other guy did with it, but so it does work. We're gonna have to fiddle around with it a little bit. So anyway,